Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Is that on? Welcome to Amarillo. I am so excited you're all here. Thank you for coming. Many of you have come a long way. My name is Guy Lonergan. I serve as the Dean of the program, and today is a celebration for the class of 2027. So I hope everyone has brought their celebratory voice. Be loud and proud. Today is a major accomplishment. Without further ado, I will get started. The first speaker today is a dear friend to the school, has become a friend to me personally. I value him greatly. The Mayor of Amarillo, Honourable Cole Stanley.
Well, thank you, Guy. Can everybody hear us okay out there? Welcome to Amarillo, Texas. What a beautiful day. Sun shining, the wind's not blowing. What few leaves that come from the few trees are kind of blowing around. You guys look great. It is such an honor. I say this sometimes, I speak a lot. I get to say it's an honor and a privilege, but honestly, it's probably not all the time where you're going to some different environments where maybe it's not quite as the affinity that I share here with you guys. You, ladies and gentlemen, represent the finest in our culture. You guys represent our cowboy culture. You represent our Western heritage. You represent our core family values and everything that the great state of Texas has been built upon. And so I want to take a moment to remind you not only you're welcome here in Amarillo, and we appreciate you. But I also want to take a moment to remind you how much we value who you are as men and women. And then, if I could, just quickly, I'd love to say to you, as a man thinks, so he is. You are what you think about. You become who you associate with. Do you know how very grateful we are here in Amarillo, Texas, that you have chosen to associate yourself with us, with our sister, Texas Tech, and the school here, the VET program, so much growth and everything that is core to our industry and our society here. You have chosen us, and we thank you for that, and we definitely choose you. I pray that as you go back to, some of you guys will graduate and go back to your community. Some of you guys will go and continue on far past whatever your hopes and your dreams are here today. But some of you will choose us in the Texas Panhandle to stay here. And so that is the greatest value of anything that we could have and ask. And so my prayer for you today here as I get the honor and the privilege to welcome you to the big city of Amarillo, Texas, is that you would be blessed beyond measure, and every plow you put your hand to would move forward in the way in which you've directed it, and that you would be an impactor to those people that are around you. You would influence your communities, and you would continue to set the bar so very high that it represents everything that they hold dear at Texas Tech and the Red Raiders. Welcome to Amarillo, Texas, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to say that to you here today. God bless you.
Thank you, Mayor Stanley. We really do thank you and value your contribution to all that we do at the school and your continued support through the years. It's been wonderful. So thanks for all you do for Amarillo and for the school itself. My name is Britt Conklin, and I serve as the Associate Dean for Clinical Programs. Students, family, friends, veterinarians, guests, representatives of Texas Tech, welcome to our clinical commissioning ceremony. This is a big deal, okay? You're here, the place is full, you look fabulous, and we're excited to move forward with this. Students, this is really a symbolic ceremony that represents your transition from preclinical work to the real world. Really from class to clinic and from preparation to practice. It's an exciting time. You finally get to get out of your seats and go do the things that you're being educated on, and that's a fun thing. I often think about it as a cocoon, and the cocoon that you've been transforming in is about to open up, And really, the first light of who you are becoming is about to be exposed to the world. And we're really excited to see what that metamorphosis looks like and the journey you are about to travel on. So Cole kind of talked about it. The place that you've made home the last 3 years could easily be viewed in the scope of, I guess you could say, developing history as a young settlement. What often hindered early colonization in this area, in the prairies of the West, was the inability to access a critical resource, and that obviously was water. And the interesting thing is the resource was actually always here, but accessing it required a really important tool. So today, you will be presented with a coin, and on one side is the seal of the veterinary school. That seal reflects a noble profession, and I think you know that. It's really one of the most noble professions on the planet. And you're about to embark on the next step to maintain that reputation. You're entering that profession. On the other side is a depiction of a windmill. And that is the single tool that was needed to make our communities in these vast prairies flourish. Students, as veterinarians, it may seem a little odd, but the reality is you and the windmill represent and are tasked with a similar function. A windmill must flourish in an often challenging environment. They're built to capture the wind and transform energy into life-altering products like water and electricity. And you're the same. You'll be tasked to be a life-giving resource for your patients. Your profession comes with its own challenges, and some environments may require you to be a stable, solid structure that works to turn challenges into life-altering service. Windmills pull from resources that don't appear readily available, drawing from deep wells hidden to the eye. Look around the room. I want you to do this. Think about the network of people around you. You're the first class of 100 students. Your resources are vast. Your well is made up of your family, faculty, peers, community, and the education you've been given. Your well is really deep and your resources are vast. So I want you to remember this when you are on a solitary rotation in a rural community. Look at that coin and remember what it symbolizes. So if you think about it too, windmills are very interesting in that communities develop and thrive around them. Water is the key resource, right? At the foot of windmills, you'll find congregation, conversation, and you will find community. Take a look at any pasture, and you're going to see the most relaxed and fulfilled animals, often at the base or near the water source. So parallel that to small communities and you as a veterinarian. Veterinary practices are often places of local congregation, all right? They're places where you'll find conversation, and they're places of great activity and often even a lot of entertainment. You're about to experience this. That's what your clinical year is going to be full of. Experiences just like that. As your clinical dean, I encourage you to see your clinical year through the lens of a windmill. Harness the challenges, transform your environment, and reach for that deep well to deliver life-altering products to your patients in the profession. Enjoy your journey, class of 2027, and show be due. At this time, I get the great privilege to introduce our keynote speaker. Born into a military family, Dr. Arne Anderson's nomadic upbringing and early independence fostered a lifelong passion for animal science and agriculture. After graduating from a prestigious Massachusetts preparatory school, and we're not going to hold that against him, okay, because he's as Texas as they come, believe me. He earned a degree in animal science from Texas A&M before completing his DVM at Virginia Tech. Dr. Anderson dedicated much of his distinguished career to serving the ranching community of Bowie, Texas. Really through his practice across Timbers Veterinary Hospital. Dr. Anderson's a board-certified specialist in beef cattle medicine through the American College of Veterinary Practitioners. He's a staunch advocate for clinical education. he was one of the most influential people as we began to develop this school because he'd been trying these things over and over and over for a long period of time. But he frequently mentors veterinary students and practitioners, and often in the nuances of rural and regional medicine. He actually still mentors his daughter, who has 6 veterinary practices in north central Texas. So they're very successful. Beyond his clinic, Dr. Anderson is a leader in organized veterinary medicine, contributing his expertise to the American Association of Bovine Practitioners and its foundation, while remaining deeply committed to local community service. He was the 2019 Bovine Practitioner of the Year, and we are fortunate to have him as our very own adjunct professor, where he frequently teaches in food animal clinical skills labs and serves as a clinical year mentor, so some of you may have him, to our 4th-year veterinary students. Please help me welcome the distinguished Dr. Arn Anderson.
Okay, y'all are going to have to forgive me from the get-go. I'm used to walking around a stage, actually coming into the audience. If I start, oh, this rolls. This will be fun. It will look like I'm dancing. To the class of 27, I totally understand you. I understand what's going on. Today is the first day of the last spring break you will ever have. And so I will keep my remarks short and to the point. I can tell you that I had an associate at one time, newly hired, that for some reason believed that spring break was like Christmas or Thanksgiving or the 4th of July, that it was a recognized national holiday. She was sorely disappointed when instead of sitting on the beach, she was pulling a calf. So realize when you go, oh, I forgot to introduce, I'm Arn Anderson, I'm just a cow plumber, okay? That's all I do. So all my stories today will be mainly related around cows. And only to the class of 27. Here in a minute, we'll talk about the parents. I want to thank the parents, I want to thank the faculty, I want to thank your mentors for getting you to this point in your education. It's taken a lot. They believe in you. They trust you. They're fixing to send you out. They're sending you to me. There are a lot of practitioners all over Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, Kansas, Colorado that want you. We want you. We need you. The profession needs you. We're ready for you. I can assure you that. All of you take a minute and look at the white coats that are on your chairs. Everybody, the ones that have them, look at them. Y'all see them? Okay, now, I will acknowledge that there are no green coveralls. There are no rubber boots. This appears to be slightly biased. Okay, we will work on that for next year, but I imagine it can also just be sort of a thing where it would be hard to get into your coveralls coming across the stage. But it would be wonderful to be the first school that ever did that. The mayor is for it. We have permission for everybody to get undressed on the stage. It'll work. You have these white coats. And I really thought I was being clever because I looked it up on ChatGPT about what a white coat ceremony meant. And then you have this beautiful definition on the back of your little thing they gave you, right? But on ChatGPT, it says that the white coat ceremony is to welcome you to the profession. It's to welcome you to your clinical year. It's got to be true. It was on AI, right? But I have a different idea. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So a few years back, I had an associate. Can y'all still hear me if I get away from the podium? Okay. No? I'll look like a rock star here in a minute. So a few years back, I had an associate that was a new grad and going through a rough spell. You will realize in your first year of practice or wherever you go within the profession that you can have rough spots during your first year. We were meeting quite often during that 1 week for coffee. And I was trying to get to the bottom of what was going on in her life. But she shared with me something that I have taken away. It's really simple, but I took it away from our conversation. She said every morning she woke up and she prayed for opportunity. Then she prayed for the knowledge to recognize the opportunity. And then she prayed for the courage to take the opportunity. So what I'm going to present to you today is that white coat that you have. I would have you all hold them up, but that would get wild. The white coat that you have symbolizes the fact that you have earned the opportunity, the right for the opportunity to be here today. You've earned it. It's taken you 3 years to get here. But you have it. Now you can, in your 4th year, you can dot your I's, cross your T's, check off the box, and at the end of your 4th year, you'll have a DVM after your name. But you will have missed a unique opportunity. Now you know that you will go out and you will be under the auspices of some really good veterinarians, some wonderful practitioners, wonderful mentors and teachers. You're going to learn all kinds of stuff. You're going to learn all kinds of clinical skills and diagnostic tests and treatment protocols. That's not the opportunity I'm talking about. The opportunity I'm talking about is something that you earned or something that you learned for the last 3 years, and you've probably, at this point, are tired of people beating it into your skull. It's your 5 core values. I would have you all chant them off in order, but that would be disruptive also. But it's community, it's integrity, it's kindness, it's inspiration, and it's grit. And that's what we're going to talk about now. I have a few stories. I warned your administration before I stood up here. So if you have complaints, here's the dean. Okay, so he can handle them, he's ready. When you go into a community, the people in that community they'll anticipate, they'll require that you participate in the community. They want you to join, they want you to be active, they want you to help them. In a lot of these towns, you will be one of the smartest people there. Okay? So when students come to our clinic, we demand that they get involved in the community. They have to speak to the Lions Club. They have to go to the shelter. They have to go to the high school and give a lecture. So K-State, they sent a student to us to acclimate her to the United States. She was from Brazil. Now, why they chose Bowie, Texas, to acclimate to the United States, I'm not really sure. But we wanted to play the game. And she drew the card to go to the high school and give a presentation on large animal parasites. There's only one problem. She spoke Portuguese, not English. There's nobody in all of Montague County on a good day that could speak Portuguese. We all thought she was speaking really bad Spanish. But she went. She went to the high school. She gave a 45-minute lecture with the help of Google Translator and hand signs. Can you all give a hand sign for Austratasia? At the end of her presentation, she received a standing ovation. I guess the life cycle of Austratasia is a universal language. But she had the courage to step in. She had the courage to try. She had the courage to participate. So you, class of 27, I urge you on your rotations, step out, be brave. Go ahead and accept the opportunity to be part of the community. Now, the next one we have is integrity. My phone keeps clicking off here. Many of you will be shocked by this. But in your 4th year, you're going to misstep. You're going to misspeak. You're going to make a mistake. We're ready for you. We know you're going to do it. We're asking you to own it, to step up and say, yeah, I did that. I can stand up here and I can tell you about a story about a vet student who took his ungloved hand and put in the mouth of a rabid cow. I can tell you about the student that was really thirsty on an August afternoon and took a big gulp out of the Gatorade bottle in my truck. Y'all don't even know what was in the bottle. It was a water sample we were using on a blue-green algae investigation. You know, I can tell you about the student from Auburn. I can use school names, right? Okay. From Auburn that gave a wonderful presentation to the doctors on a Monday morning at 6:45. about her bovine case that she was working on. And she talked about the cow being a creamed Hereford as the breed. The cow was a Charolais. I can also tell you about Julie, and I'll use her first name. There's a lot of Julies in the world. We had gone to test bulls. We were done with the bulls. We spoke to the rancher. We got in the truck and we left. We crossed the cattle guard. Julie was from Minnesota. Now, they eat stuff like cheese curds. It's abnormal. But Julie started shucking her clothing. She was taking clothes off faster than I can get off the side of the road. And I went out the door and I sat on the bumper of the truck and I yelled, I'll tone it down. Basically, I said, what are you doing? That's about the time her socks came out the window. Julie she took the opportunity to learn all about fire ants. But what is interesting is all of these students, they all made it, they all did well in their rotation, they all graduated, they are wonderful veterinarians and absolutely good people. They all had unique nicknames during their externship. The poor guy that stuck his hand in the mouth of the cow, he had to wear gloves all the time. He could never take them off. One girl we just introduced as, this is Algie. And Julie, she actually has a road named for her in Montague County. It's the road where Julie got naked. So I urge you guys, class of 27, when you're on these rotations, be honest, be frank. Let us know what you want to do. Let us know what you can't do. We will push you to the limit. Exemplify integrity while you're on these rotations. Okay, that you know you're going to be with good veterinarians, right? Myself excluded. You're going to be with wonderful mentors. These guys and girls have earned their stripes. They know what they're doing. They'll teach you all kinds of stuff like we said before. But I don't want you to miss the opportunity to learn from somebody else. You can learn from technicians. You can learn from assistants. You can learn from kennel hands, receptionists, cowboys in the field. I need you to be humble. I need you to be polite and respectful. I need you to let other people teach you things because they want to. You need to listen. I learned from a technician that had 18 years of experience. In my 4th year, I learned how to bleed hogs out of the medial canthus. It's still a technique I use. I learned how to get the cross between an alligator and a chihuahua out of a cage without using a rabies pole by an assistant. You can learn from other people. Take the time to be kind. Take the time, take the opportunity to be kind while you're on rotations. The next one I want to talk about would be to be an inspiration. And this story actually involves a student this year from your university, from Texas Tech. She arrived at our clinic on a Sunday afternoon and went straight to the student house. Later in the evening, she got a call from the veterinarian on duty that said, go to the clinic, run a parvo test on the puppy that's on the porch, and I'll be there in an hour after I pull a calf. A little bit later, the veterinarian said that, she hung up the phone with the student and she thought about it for a little while. She picked the phone back up, called the student back, and said, just checking, have you ever run a parvo test? The student said, no, I haven't, but I'm watching the YouTube video as I drive down the highway. Now, we don't encourage you to drive and watch videos, but I can tell you that this student made such an impression on that doctor. When she got there that evening, the parvo test was done, the student was ready to go. And this was a student that came to us to work on cows, not puppies. But she made an impression on this veterinarian. So much so that the veterinarian asked her to come out the very next morning, her first day on the job, and scan 250 heifers with her. I need you to step out of your box. I need you to excel. I need you to be an inspiration. when you go on these rotations, be an inspiration. Oh, I'm getting lost quick. So the last thing, y'all know what I'm going to talk about. Can you all tell me what it is so I don't have to look? Okay, grit. My story about grit, it involves a student that came to us from Munich, Germany. She came over, again, it was probably the same guy that was at K-State. He said, yeah, it's a good idea to go to Bowie, Texas in the summer. So she came from the base of the Alps and came to Bowie and thought she had died and gone to hell. But her first day, we wanted to jump her in, right? We took her out to palpate heifers. We drove up to the farm, and the heifers are in the pen. And this student, before I could stop her, jumps out. She has her coveralls on, her boots on, and she's holding her bucket with the lube in it, and she stands all of 5 foot tall. Before I can turn around, she walks into the pen of F1 Brahman crosses. They had never seen a human on foot. Have you all ever seen those cartoons where there's a dust cloud that looks like a mushroom? That's what it looked like. I'm thinking international incident. The cowboy's horse took off bucking across the pen. When he got it under control, he calmly, which is amazing, calmly dismounted and escorted her back to the gate. When I got her, she was covered from head to toe in caliche dust. You could see her eyes, and she was starting to cry. We finished the day out, and I thought, well, she didn't die, right? It's a win, right? She didn't die. Turns out, and I'll cut through the story, but it turns out that she lived on a dairy in Germany that milked 11 Simmental cows that they could pet. And she had walked in that pen to pet a cow. But anyway, I figured we had lost her to the small animal kingdom. She would be anal glands and toenail trims for the rest of the summer. The next day, my large animal tech came and got me. It was early in the morning. And she said, you need to come out to the truck. And she was standing in her coveralls with her boots and her bucket. And she was ready to go. No comment. She became a favorite of all my clients that whole summer. Not because of her overwhelming intelligence. She was very smart. Not because of her amazing skill. They teach them very well in Germany. It wasn't that. It was that she was persistent. She was resilient. She had grit. And I'm not talking caliche. She had cultural personality, characteristic grit. When you go to our practices, when you show up at our operations, I need you to have grit. I need you to personify grit. Do you understand that? Of all of these 5, that's the most important. So there you have it. I told you this was going to be brief, but there you have it. You have those 5 things that you got sick of hearing, right? You have community, you have integrity, you have kindness, you have inspiration, you have grit. These things will open the door during your 4th year. These things will make your 4th year enjoyable, okay? These are things that will open the door, open the gate to your professional life. Don't forget them. I have been a proponent of work-life balance for 20 years. I think work-life balance is what will give you longevity in practice. I think it's very important. This is not the year for work-life balance. Okay? Is that okay? Okay. This is not the year for work-life balance. You don't need it, okay? This is the year you can sleep and shower later. This is the year to be early. This is the year to stay late. This is the year to say every single one of the cases are your cases, whether they are or not. This is where you take the opportunity to look for opportunity. This is where you go out and exceed expectation. Exceed expectation. You don't want to be that person that just checks off the boxes. Now, we talked about your white coats when we first started. Aren't they pretty? Say yes, y'all. Good. They got little emblems on them. They're all white. At the end of your 4th year, I want there to be coffee stains down the front of that thing. I want you to have a button sewed on with some 2-aught PDS. I want part of it glued back together with tissue glue. You got me? I want a half-eaten Allsup's burrito in your pocket. If you come back to Texas Tech for whatever the closing week is, and your coat is pressed and ironed and white, you have failed. Got me? Okay, so to the class of 27, I challenge you. I dare you. I dare you to pray for the opportunity, to pray to be able to recognize the opportunity, and pray to have the courage to take the opportunity. Thank you, and Godspeed.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anderson. That was truly inspirational. My name is Dr. Carolyn Arnold, and I serve as the Associate Dean for Academic and Student Affairs. I oversee the curriculum, admissions, and related student services. I would like at this time to provide my very own sincere congratulations to the class of 2027. I am proud of all of you, and I look forward to your many future accomplishments. As our students are making their way to the stage, I will go over the next part of the program. The students will be accompanied to the stage by a person of their choosing who will place their white coat upon them. I will call each student's name, I will tell a little bit about them, and their first clinical year rotation. While I am doing this, the student and their coder will proceed to the center stage where they will have their white coat placed on them by their coder. The coder will then step to one side so an individual photographer can be taken by an individual photograph can be taken by our photographer. From there, both will proceed to greet either Dr. Britt Conklin, Dr. Annalise Wynn, or Dr. Ryan Williams, where the student will receive a coin. The coin has the veterinary school seal on one side and a windmill on the other. Please see the back of your program for depictions of the coin. After that, both will proceed to greet the dean. If I say doctor in front of their coder's name, it means they are a veterinarian who has played a special mentoring role with them. Otherwise, I will also let you know the relationship of the coder to the student. Please feel free to express your enthusiastic support after I call their name. I think we're ready to go. Our very first student, Jesus Aguirre, from Richmond, Texas, coded by his father, Dr. Alejandro Aguirre. His first clinical rotation is the Veterinary Hospital of New Waverly in New Waverly, Texas. His clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student, Dr. Daniel Alejos from Mission, Texas. He is coded by his mother, Elizina Alejos. His first clinical rotation is Critter Care Veterinary Clinic in Laredo, Texas. His clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Jody Alexander from Bullard, Texas. He is coded by his father, Dr. John Alexander. His first clinical rotation is Big Country Veterinary Clinic in Abilene, Texas, and his area of clinical emphasis is equine. Our next student is Sagine Alexander from Ponder, Texas. She is coded by her father, Stephen Alexander. Her first clinical rotation is at 113 Equine in Millsap, Texas. Her clinical area of emphasis is equine. Our next student is Alyssa Almaguer from Levelland, Texas. She is coded by her father, Jose Almaguer. Alyssa's first clinical rotation is at Terry County Veterinary Hospital in Brownfield, Texas. Her area of emphasis is small animal. Our next student is Heidi Almond from Nazareth, Texas. She is coded by her mentor, Dr. Sarah Sawyer. Heidi's first clinical rotation is at Texas Tech School of Veterinary Medicine, and her clinical area of emphasis is small animal. Our next student is Brianna Archer from Scurry Rosser, Texas. Brianna is coded by her mother, Jamie Archer. Her first clinical rotation is Double J Animal Hospital in Hobbs, New Mexico, and her clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Dr. Emily Bailey from Sour Lake, Texas. She is coded by her husband, our very own Dr. Cody Bailey. Her first clinical rotation will be at South Pine Animal Hospital in Crockett, Texas. Her clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Logan Baird from Simonton, Texas. Logan is coded by his mother, Dr. Marnie Baird. His first clinical rotation will be at Town and Country Animal Hospital in Kerrville, Texas, and his area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Lauren Battershell from Odessa, Texas. Today, Lauren is coded by her mother, Dr. Becky Battershell. Lauren's first clinical rotation will be at the Richmond Road Animal Hospital in Texarkana, Texas. Her area of emphasis is small animal. Next is Erica Bonham from Weatherford, Texas. Erica is coded by her husband, Matthew Bonham. Her first clinical rotation is at the Texas Tech School of Veterinary Medicine here in Amarillo, and her area of emphasis is mixed animal. Next, Mackenzie Brister from Hico, Texas. She is coded by her mentor, Dr. Monty Grip. Mackenzie's first clinical rotation will be at Circle H headquarters in Dalehart, Texas. Her clinical area of interest is mixed animal. Our next student is Madeline Brown from Amarillo, Texas. She is coded by her mentor, Dr. Dan Posey. Madeline will spend her first clinical rotation at Deer Creek Feeding in Dalehart, Texas. Her clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Next is Wesley Brown from Waxahachie, Texas. Wesley is being coded by his mentor, Dr. Chris Morrow. Wesley's first clinical rotation will be at Jensen Equine Hospital in Sunland Park, New Mexico. His clinical area of focus is equine. Our next student is Alexander Burr from Corrales, New Mexico. Alexander is coded by his father, Andrew Burr. Alexander's first clinical rotation is at the Texas Tech School of Veterinary Medicine in Amarillo, and his clinical area of emphasis is equine. Our next student is Eileen Caballero. She is from Brownsville, Texas. She is coded by her father, Jesus Caballero. Eileen's first clinical rotation will be at the Del Rio Veterinary Diagnostic Hospital in Del Rio, Texas. Her clinical area of emphasis is small animal. Next is Michaela Kane from Grandview, Texas. Michaela is coded by her mentor, Dr. Laszlo Hunyadi from Hawaii. Michaela's first clinical rotation will be the Texas Tech School of Veterinary Medicine in Amarillo, Texas, and her clinical area of interest is equine. Our next student is Sage Chain from Schertz, Texas. She will be coded by her mentor, Dr. Andy Laughlin. Her first clinical rotation is the Salado Equine Medical Center in Salado, Texas. Her clinical area of interest is equine. Our next student, Samantha Shavira Gutierrez. From Plainview, Texas, she is coded by her partner, Nathaniel Zapata. Her first clinical rotation is at the Far East Animal Center in El Paso, Texas, and her area of clinical focus is mixed animal. Next is James Cheshire. James is from Keller, Texas. Today, he is coded by his father, Jim Cheshire. James's first clinical rotation will be at the Granbury Animal Clinic in Granbury, Texas. His clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Kaylee Clark from Bullard, Texas. Today, Kaylee is coded by her mother, Michelle Keel. Her first clinical rotation will be at the Spencer Veterinary Services in Gilmer, Texas. Kaylee's clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Haley Conley Brown from Smithville, Texas. Today, Haley is being coded by her husband, Brendan Brown. Haley will spend her first clinical rotation at the Live Oak Animal Hospital in Lubbock, Texas. Her clinical area of focus is mixed animal. Our next student is Haley Cooper from Farmersville, Texas. Haley is being coded by her mentor, Dr. Kurt Spangler. Haley's first rotation will be at the Quitman Animal Clinic in Quitman, Texas, and her clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Caitlin Kopenbarger from Roswell, New Mexico. Caitlin is being coded by her husband, Max Kopenbarger. Caitlin's first rotation will be at the Brock Veterinary Clinic in La Mesa, Texas, and her clinical area of emphasis is small animal. Our next student is Justin Crumpton. He is being coded by his mentor, Dr. Craig Jones. Justin's first clinical rotation is at the Arden South Animal Clinic in San Angelo, Texas, and his clinical area of focus is mixed animal. Next, we have Hannah Sermensky from Bulverde, Texas. She is being coded by her father, Dr. Drew Sermensky. Hannah's first clinical rotation is at Town and Country Animal Hospital in Kerrville, Texas, and her clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Kyle Davis from Huntsville, Texas. Today, Kyle is being coded by his mother, Tammy Davis. Kyle's first clinical rotation will be at the Walker County Veterinary Center in Huntsville, Texas. His clinical area of focus is mixed animal. Next, Ramsey Davis from Newton, Texas. Ramsey is being coded by his father, Robert Davis. Ramsey's first clinical rotation will be at the Beard Navasota Vet Clinic in Navasota, Texas. His clinical area of focus is equine. Francisco J. Denna. Francisco is being coded by his mother, Irma Denna. His first clinical rotation will be at the Wild West Rehab Center here in Amarillo, Texas, and his clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Davis Easley. Davis is being coded by his father, Evan Easley. His first clinical rotation will be at the Texas Tech School of Veterinary Medicine here in Amarillo, and his clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Zach Eason. Today, Zach is being coded by his mentor, Dr. Stephanie Myers. Zach's first clinical rotation will be at the Van Zant Veterinary Hospital in Willis Point, Texas. His clinical area of focus is mixed animal. Our next student is Jason Ellison from Gilmer, Texas. Jason is being coded by his wife, Stephanie Ellison. His first clinical rotation will be at the Gilmer Animal Clinic in Gilmer, Texas. Jason's clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Kennedy Evans from Devers, Texas. Today, Kennedy is being coded by her mother, Casey Evans. Kennedy's first clinical rotation is at the Colonial Park Veterinary Hospital in Wichita Falls, Texas, and her clinical area of focus is mixed animal. Holly Fifield from Red Oak, Texas. Holly's being coded by her husband, Riley Fifield. Her first clinical rotation is at the Pioneer Veterinary Clinic in Winters, Texas. Her clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Megan Fiskus from Willis, Texas. Today, Megan is being coded by her husband, Brock Fiskus Saxton. Megan's first clinical rotation will be at the Texas Tech School of Veterinary Medicine in Amarillo. Her clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Laurel Goldamer. Laurel is from Hondo, Texas, and today she is being coded by her husband, John Goldamer. Lauren's first clinical rotation will be at the Texas Tech School of Veterinary Medicine. Her clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Next up, Brinley Gothard from Bulverde, Texas. Brinley is being coded by her mentor, Dr. Jeffrey Ledford. Brinley's first clinical rotation is at the Equine Partners Veterinary Services in Waller, Texas, and her clinical area of focus is equine. Our next student is Rhett Guild. Rhett is from Stephenville, Texas, and today she is being coded by her husband, Grayson Guild. Rhett's first clinical rotation will be at Hereford Veterinary Clinic in Hereford, Texas. Her clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Katya Harrison from Lubbock, Texas. Katya is being coded by her father, Dr. Stephen Matthews. Katya's first clinical rotation will be at the Equine Sports Medicine and Surgery Clinic in Weatherford, Texas, and her clinical area of emphasis is small animal and exotics. Our next student is Hudson Hawkins from Abilene, Texas. Hudson is being coded by his mother, Cindy Hawkins. Hudson will spend his first clinical rotation at the Crossroads Veterinary Hospital in Copperas Cove, Texas. His clinical area of focus is mixed animal. Katie Hayden from Southlake, Texas. Katie is being coded by her husband, Jarrett Hayden. Katie will spend her first clinical rotation at 113 Equine in Millsap, Texas. Her clinical area of emphasis is equine. Next is Jaden Johnson from Visela, California. Today, Jaden is being coded by her husband, Jacob Johnson. Her first clinical rotation will be at Mobile Veterinary Practice in Amarillo, Texas. Her clinical area of focus is production animal medicine. Our next student is Paige Jones from Gilmer, Texas. Today, Paige will be coded by her sister, Faith Howard. Paige's first clinical rotation will be at Mobile Veterinary Practice in Amarillo, Texas, and her clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Rachel Jones from Waco, Texas. Today, Rachel is being coded by her mother, Heather Jones. Rachel will spend her first clinical rotation at the Burnett Ranches, the 666 Ranch in Guthrie, Texas. Her clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Emily Kibido from Lake Jackson, Texas. Today, Emily is being coded by her mentor, Dr. Sydney Medina. Emily's first clinical rotation will be at the Crossroads Veterinary Hospital in Copperas Cove, Texas. Her clinical area of emphasis is small animal. Our next student is Clay Krause from Stephenville, Texas. Clay is being coded by his father, Paul Krause. Clay will spend his first rotation at Weatherford Equine Medical Center in Weatherford, Texas. His area of clinical emphasis is equine. Our next student is Kylie Layton from Wascom, Texas. Kylie is being coded by her grandfather, Truman Oney. Kylie's first clinical rotation is the Texas Tech School of Veterinary Medicine in Amarillo, Texas. Her clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Catherine Letkuman from Dimmitt, Texas. Catherine is being coded by her mentor, Dr. Ashley Ames. Catherine's first clinical rotation is at the Hansford County Veterinary Hospital in Spearman, Texas. Her clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Next is Jessica Lidner from Whitesboro, Texas. Jessica is being coded by her mentor, Dr. Bridget Hillsberg. Bridget's first rotation will be at the Animal Medical Corpus Christi in Corpus Christi, Texas. Her clinical area of focus is mixed animal. Our next student is Kayla Lord from Amarillo, Texas. She is being coded by her mentor, Dr. Brianna Trimble. Kayla will spend her first rotation at Henderson Animal Care Hospital in Henderson, Texas. Her area of focus is mixed animal. Our next student is Brooke Marbuck from Rockport, Texas. Today, Brooke is being coded by her father, Kenneth Marbuck. Brooke will spend her first rotation at Valley Equine in Weatherford, Texas. Her clinical area of interest is equine. Our next student is Elise Marshall. Elise is from Dallas, Texas. Today, Elise is being coded by her mentor and professor, Dr. Tasha Likovic. Elise will spend her first clinical rotation at Swan Animal Clinic here in Amarillo, Texas. Her clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Rita Martinez Demery from Floydada, Texas. Rita is being coded by her mentor, Dr. Christopher Womack. Rita's first clinical rotation will be at the Big Spring Veterinary Diagnostic Hospital in Big Spring, Texas. Her area of clinical emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Marshall Mays from Port Isabel, Texas. Marshall is being coded today by his father, Dr. Scott Mays. Marshall will spend his first rotation at the Hill Country Animal Emergency Hospital in Boerne, Texas. His clinical area of emphasis is small animal. Our next student is Ashlyn McDonald from Claiborne, Texas. She is being coded by her mentor, Dr. Craig Jones. Ashlyn's first clinical rotation is at the Colonial Park Veterinary Hospital in Wichita Falls, Texas. Her clinical area of emphasis is small animal. Our next student is Tori McDonald. Tori is from Splendora, Texas. She is being coded today by her mentor, Dr. Caitlin Moon. Tori's first clinical rotation will be at the South Pine Animal Hospital in Crockett, Texas. Her clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Next up, Rebecca McElwee from Sonora, Texas. Today, Rebecca is being coded by her father, Terry Owen. Rebecca's first clinical rotation will be at the Texas Tech School of Veterinary Medicine, and her clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Gracie Mentaberry from Amarillo, Texas. Gracie is being coded by her husband, Sean Mentaberry. Gracie will spend her first clinical rotation at Critter Care Vet Clinic in Childress, Texas. Her area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Hunter Metzger from Fredericksburg, Texas. Hunter is being coded by his father, Dr. John Metzger. Hunter's first clinical rotation is at the Brazos Valley Equine Hospital in Navasota, Texas. His clinical area of emphasis is equine. Our next student is Kagan Meagle from Victoria, Texas. Today, Kagan is being coded by her mentor, Dr. Fernanda Rosa. Kagan will spend her first rotation at the Hallettsville Veterinary Hospital in Hallettsville, Texas. Her clinical area of emphasis is large animal. Our next student is Jake Mitchell from Clayton, New Mexico. Jake is being coded by his mentor, Dr. Chris Morrow. Jake will spend his first clinical rotation at the Franklin Veterinary Clinic in Ruidoso Downs, New Mexico. His area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Ashton Moon. Ashton is from Lavernia, Texas. Ashton is being coded by her mentor, Dr. Trent Horine. Ashton will spend her first clinical rotation at Beard Navasota Vet Hospital in Navasota, Texas. Her clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Haley Moore. Haley is from Roby, Texas. Today, Haley is being coded by her mother, Sandra Moore. Haley will spend her first clinical rotation at the Texas Tech School of Veterinary Medicine here in Amarillo, Texas. Her clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Katie Mursky from Chapel Hill, Texas. Katie today is being coded by her mother, Denise Mursky. Katie will spend her first clinical rotation at the Big Country Veterinary Clinic in Abilene, Texas. Her clinical area of focus is mixed animal. Our next student is Dr. Jared Nall. Jared is from Coleman, Texas, and today he is being coded by his mother, Dr. Sherilyn Nall. Jared will spend his first clinical rotation at the Callahan County Veterinary Clinic in Clyde, Texas. His area of focus is mixed animal. Our next student is Haley Phillips. Haley is from Brookshire, Texas, and today she is being coded by her mother, Lisa Phillips. Haley's first clinical rotation will be at the Brazos Valley Equine Hospital in Navasota, Texas. Her clinical area of emphasis is equine. Our next student is Ty Pilcher from Gilmer, Texas. Today, Ty is being coded by his mother, Kelly Pilcher. Ty will spend his first rotation at Live Oak Animal Hospital in Lubbock, Texas. His clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Lily Porras from Midland, Texas. Lily is being coded by her mother, Myrna Modesto. Lily will spend her first clinical rotation at Live Oak Animal Hospital South in Lubbock, Texas. Her area of clinical emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Bailey Presswood from Lexington, Texas. Bailey is being coded by her father, Dale Presswood. Bailey will spend her first clinical rotation at Burleson Equine Hospital in Burleson, Texas. Her clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Kay Purvis from San Antonio, Texas. Kay is being coded by her husband, Matt Purvis. Kay's first clinical rotation is in East Mountain Vet Services at Edgewood, New Mexico. Her clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Hunter Ramsey from Frankston, Texas. Today, Hunter is being coded by his father, Dr. Brian Ramsey. Hunter will spend his first clinical rotation at Pioneer Veterinary Clinic in Winters, Texas. His clinical area of focus is mixed animal. Our next student is Kinsey Rich from Crawford, Texas. Today, Kinsey is being coded by her father, Jicky Rich. Kinsey will spend her first clinical rotation at the Highland Veterinary Clinic in Arapahoe, Oklahoma. Her clinical area of focus is equine. Our next student is Michaela Richardson Grant. Michaela is from Radium Springs, New Mexico, and today she is being coded by her aunt, Dr. Amber Thompson. Michaela will spend her first clinical rotation at West Texas Equine Clinic in Abilene, Texas. Her clinical area of emphasis is equine. Our next student is Paige Riney from Mineral Wells, Texas. Paige is being coded by her mother, Michelle Riney. Her first clinical rotation is at the Equine Sports Medicine and Surgery in Weatherford, Texas, and her clinical area of emphasis is equine. Our next student is Lauren Ritchie from Nipomo, California. Today, Lauren is being coded by her grandpa, Warren Smith. Lauren will spend her first clinical rotation at West Plains Veterinary Hospital in Loveland, Texas. Her clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Morgan Rodriguez from New Braunfels, Texas. Morgan is being coded by her father, Dr. Daniel Rodriguez. Morgan will spend her first clinical rotation at the South Plains Veterinary Clinic in Slayton, Texas. Her clinical area of emphasis is small animal. Our next student is Bella Regiroli. She is from Needville, Texas. Today, Bella is being coded by her mentor, Dr. Robin Daybriner. Bella will spend her first clinical rotation at the Salado Equine Medical Center in Salado, Texas. Her clinical area of emphasis is equine. Our next student is Steven Salinas from La Feria, Texas. Today, Stephen is being coded by his father, Stephen Salinas. Stephen will be at the Deason Animal Hospital for his first clinical rotation in Floresville, Texas. His clinical area of emphasis is small animal. Our next student is Catherine Salvo from Clovis, New Mexico. Today, Catherine is being coded by her husband, Johnny Salvo. Catherine will spend her first rotation at Lone Star Veterinary Mobile Surgical Services in Flower Mound, Texas. Her area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Brianna Seaton from Mineral Wells, Texas. Today, Brianna is being coded by her father, Tom Seaton. Brianna will spend her first clinical rotation at Wild Peach Vet Clinic in Brazoria, Texas. Her area of clinical focus is mixed animal. Our next student is Kathy Segura from El Paso, Texas. Today, Kathy is being coded by her husband, Robert Vasquez. Kathy's first clinical rotation will be at the North Texas Veterinary Hospital in Weatherford, Texas. Her area of focus is small animal and exotics. Our next student is Stella Schultz from Gallup, New Mexico. Stella is being coded today by her mentor, Dr. Gordon Morejo. Stella will spend her first clinical rotation at La Cueva Pet Care Center in Carlsbad, New Mexico. Her clinical area of focus is mixed animal. Our next student, Hannah Sieben from Bullard, Texas. Hannah is being coded by her father, Jason Sieben. Hannah will spend her first clinical rotation at Mesquite Ridge Small Animal Hospital in Granbury, Texas. Her clinical area of emphasis is small animal. Our next student is Victoria Smalley from Petersburg, Texas. Victoria is being coded by her sister, Charlotte Smalley. Victoria will spend her first clinical rotation at the Guadalupe Valley Veterinary Clinic in Gonzales, Texas. Her clinical area of focus is mixed animal. Our next student is Charlotte Stanley from Liberty, Texas. Today, Charlotte is being coded by her mother, Jean Tully. Charlotte will spend her first clinical rotation at Wild Peach Vet Clinic in Brazoria, Texas. Her clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Shayna Jackson Stanley from Rosebud, Texas. Today, Shayna is being coded by her husband, Josh Stanley. She will spend her first clinical rotation at Callahan County Veterinary Clinic in Clyde, Texas. Her clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Jordan Steppen from San Antonio, Texas. Today, Jordan is being coded by Vanessa Kovleski, the wife of her late mentor, Dr. William Kovleski. Jordan will spend her first clinical rotation at the Dilley Veterinary Clinic in Dallas, Texas, and her area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Alexandria Stokes from Valley View, Texas. Alexandria is being coded by her grandfather, Stephen Thies. Alexandria will spend her first clinical rotation at the Brock Veterinary Clinic in Lamesa, Texas. Her clinical area of focus is mixed animal. Our next student is Caden Tanner from Tolar, Texas. Today, Caden is being coded by his father, Dr. Marty Tanner. Caden's first rotation will be at the Equine Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Clinic in Pilot Point, Texas. His clinical area of emphasis is equine. Next up, Kelsey Teal from Livingston, Texas. Today, Kelsey is being coded by her mother, Christine Teal. Her first clinical rotation is the Double J Animal Hospital in Hobbs, New Mexico. Her clinical area of emphasis is poultry. Our next student is Audra Thomas from Clarendon, Texas. Audra is being coded by her mother, Dr. Judith Thomas. Audra will spend her first clinical rotation at Buffalo Veterinary Clinic in Buffalo, Oklahoma. Her clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Angelica Valencia from Friona, Texas. Angelica is being coded by her mother, Vicky Vasquez. She will spend her first clinical rotation at the Dilley Veterinary Clinic in Dilley, Texas. Her area of clinical emphasis is equine. Our next student is Lily Washburn from Argyle, Texas. Today, Lily is being coded by her cousin, Dr. Mackenzie Washburn. Her first clinical rotation is at Independence Equine in Gainesville, Texas. Her area of focus is equine. Next is Rebecca Whitley. Rebecca is from Crowell, Texas. Rebecca is being coded by her mother, Jennifer Whitley. Rebecca will spend her first rotation at the Texas Tech School of Veterinary Medicine. Her clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Our next student is Veronica Wilson from Tatum, New Mexico. Veronica is being coded by her mentor, Dr. Olin Dawkins. Veronica will spend her first clinical rotation at the Wild West Rehab Center in Amarillo, Texas. Her area of interest is small animal. Our next student is John Wofford from Rust, Texas. Today, John is being coded by his father, Greg Wofford. John's first clinical rotation will be at Tanner Equine in Millsap, Texas. His clinical area of emphasis is equine. Our next student, Anna Woodard from Waxahachie, Texas. Today, Anna is being coded by her mother, Kia Woodard. Anna will spend her first rotation at the Canton Veterinary Clinic in Canton, Texas. Her clinical area of emphasis is mixed animal. Christopher Young from Spring, Texas. Christopher is being coded by his father, Dr. Warren Young. Christopher will spend his first rotation at Signature Equine Hospital in Stephenville, Texas. His clinical area of emphasis is equine. And last across the stage today, but not least, is Sarah Adams Zip. Sarah is from San Antonio, Texas. Sarah is being coded by her mother, Deanna Adams. Her first clinical rotation will be at the Hereford Veterinary Clinic in Hereford, Texas. Her area of emphasis is mixed animal. Well, they all made it across the stage. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce Dr. Pancho Hubert, the president of the Texas Veterinary Medical Association, who will reaffirm with the students the oath that they took at orientation in their first week of their first year. Dr. Hubert.
I would like to congratulate all the students of the class of 2027. After all the late nights studying and such, the next step in your journey on becoming a veterinarian. You've done well. Good luck with the rest of your progression through the veterinary curriculum. Texas TVA would also like to thank Texas Tech Dean Lonergan and his staff for allowing us to share this important event with your students. Now we'll proceed to the student oath reaffirmation. Students, will you please raise your right hand and recite after me? Go ahead. Thank you. Being admitted as a professional veterinary medical student at the Texas Tech University School of Veterinary Medicine, I promise to develop my scientific and medical knowledge and skills so that upon graduation, I will benefit society through the protection of animal health, the relief of animal suffering, the conservation of animal resources, the promotion of public health, and the advancement of medical knowledge. Throughout my time here as a professional veterinary medical student, I will foster the school's core values and conduct myself with dignity and professionalism, and in keeping with the principles of veterinary medical ethics. Today, I reaffirm and publicly commit to a lifelong journey that includes an obligation of continual improvement of my professional knowledge and competence. Congratulations.
First off, congratulations to the class of 2027. Today is a celebration, so I would like one more loud and proud celebration for our class of 27. So the white coat is symbolic. It is an important milestone in your professional journey. It is not a milestone, though, you achieve simply by passing time. This is a milestone that you have most definitely earned. Each of you, for the last 2.5 years, has invested blood, sweat, and tears on occasion, and I'm probably being quite literal there. But it is an amazing achievement, and it has taken work. It's taken long hours at school, surviving anatomy, physiology, FAMS, and maybe a few other courses as well. And you have achieved this as a great individual accomplishment. But none of you have gotten to today alone. Right? You have relied on your classmates. You have lent on your friends. You've lent on the family. You look around you. You have got here together. So today represents an achievement that we all celebrate with you. And you have experienced so much. You have had occasion to celebrate many, many times through the last 2.5 years. And it is important that we stop and celebrate the wins. But there have been many stressful times, again, anatomy, physiology, and FAMS, and there have been many challenges. Maybe you didn't pass every exam the way you wanted. And it's fair enough to say that not everything has gone the way you thought it would go. And some of you have had significant personal challenges to get here as well. But it is precisely those hard times, those setbacks, that have shone a light on your incredible character. It has highlighted who you are as a person and who you all are as a community. You have stood tall and the light has shone on you every single time. I have seen it time and time again, and your collective approach when faced with challenges has made us all better. It has made me better. You have learnt to celebrate, and you have learnt to succeed in the hard times. And now as you step out of the classroom in a couple of months and into the clinics, you will, as you've heard before, experience new and many exciting things. You will use your hard-earned skills. Sometimes you wondered why you learnt those skills, but you will use your skills and your knowledge to grow as a veterinarian. But there will be also challenging times. And there will be many cases that don't follow the textbook. And yes, there will be mistakes. But my ask of you, as you have heard from Arne earlier, is that you embrace these challenges. You own these challenges because they are opportunities for you to shine. These are opportunities, these challenges are opportunities for you to learn deeply, and these are the challenges where you will truly grow as a veterinarian. And I have seen the best of you succeed through these hard times, and now the rest of Texas will get to see the best of who you are. So celebrate the good times, that is important, and embrace the challenges. Before I wrap up, I would ask all of the class to look around. Look around here. Look at the second level. We had standing room only today, and they're not here to listen to me, right? They're here to celebrate with you, and you have got here because you have so many supporters. All of us are here because we are your supporters. Some of them have encouraged you. Some may have opened the door to an opportunity that led to today, but some of them have offered more than support. Some have inspired you today. At some point in your life, you have all heard, you can do this. I believe in you. You got this. And now it is your turn to inspire. While in clinics, invariably you're going to run across a 10-year-old with a dog, or a 4-H or an FFA, and many of them want nothing more than to be just like you. So now it is your time to say, you can do this. So my charge to you is simple. Go out, use all the knowledge and skills you have learned through the last 3 years, and have fun. You've definitely earned it. Stop and celebrate the good times. That is important. You've got to notch the wins and enjoy them. But also embrace and own the challenges. That's the real growth. And you're going to hear this a lot from Britt and the team in OCP about show, be, do. And I'm going to say it slightly different way. The hardest part of the job is turning up. So turn up, be present, be engaged, and the rest follows. But choose your attitude. That is your choice. You own the attitude you choose every day you turn up. If you turn up with the attitude of can do, I am going to face this challenge, I'm going to own the good times, I'm going to own the mistakes, that is so critical. But above all else, do what you do with true passion. That's why you're here. Attitude and passion. If you do this, you will inspire the next generation who wants to be just like you. So go out, have fun, and congratulations to you all. Thank you. So that brings us to the end of today's ceremony. Thank you all so very much for coming to Amarillo. Mayor, we've probably got to the capacity of this facility, great facility, but this is wonderful. This is a very special occasion, and it is a true honor for me, so thank you for coming here. I would like to thank the stage party for coming as well. And as you leave or when you arrived, you were likely greeted with someone who helped and gave you directions of where to sit and where you should be, handed out a program. Most of those people have been planning this for several months, and most of them were here at 9:30 this morning. So for all of those who made today possible, thank you.